What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Are you prepared? Is your body ready? Because Konami has just revealed the ultimate 2021 waifu, and ironically enough, you already know her. This is the newest and by far the best version of Dian Keto yet, and yeah, she's definitely sexier than ever. So we're gonna talk about this amongst other things that I found interesting this week after you guys watch an ad, because we got to pay some bills on this channel. So you guys watch this ad and then I'll be back in a second. This video is brought to you by the FatalCore trading card game. FatalCore has always been the incredibly unique and exciting next evolution of online TCGs, and now it's reached the next level. The full Steam release is almost upon us. FatalCore is well known for its groundbreaking, satisfying simultaneous gameplay that turns up the intensity, rewards skill, and removes annoying RNG elements like which player gets to go first. While most large TCGs make their money by adding constant power creep to new cards or with cosmetic gimmicks, FatalCore generates revenue through crowdfunding by the players, which puts them in control of development. FatalCore also rewards all players of the community when goals are met, not just ones who contributed. So when the game succeeds, we all do. The FatalCore team is excited about the Steam launch, and to share their excitement with the players, they're offering the incredibly strong Barragas for anyone who signs up by April 15th. Barragas is a powerful neutral S-rank foil card that will help you crush your opponents and do it in style, as foils are very rare in FatalCore. Start building, testing, and dominating today by signing up for the beta at FatalCoreTCG.com and join the Discord server to meet the community. Lastly, don't forget to add FatalCore on your Steam wishlist. That way you'll get all the updates and you'll know the minute that it goes live. Happy hunting, players. So new Dian Keto, and just admit it up front, you clicked this video for the thumbnail, it worked, because obviously Dian Keto is sexier than ever, and this is the third form of Dian Keto. Really unfortunate that the last two forms have been rush duel cards, because Dian Keto, despite being such an old card, is still kind of like a fan favorite. If you guys don't know the second form, that was also a rush duel card. That was Dian Keto, the gold digging master, which I mean, it was really interesting just getting a look at Dian Keto in her early years, and I guess this is like the middle. I mean, I would imagine this is after her gold digging phase. Apparently she went through a prison warden phase, because this is Dian Keto, the prison master. Now, I don't know what type of prison this is, other than I guess a sexy prison, because I mean, the handcuffs, yeah, they kind of make sense, although they could be used for different things. But in what type of prisons do the guards get whips? Like that's I don't think that's standard protocol unless it's some type of different type of prison. But anyways, yeah, new Dian Keto coming to rush duels. I always thought it was really interesting when it comes to rush duels, because obviously as someone who plays in the TCG, I still think of rush duels as like incredibly obscure. I mean, we don't even have rush duels in the TCG, but Konami has so many, like there's so much kind of fan service and nostalgia going on in rush duels. And it's really interesting because, you know, if rush duel players are really young, like, do they even know who Dian Keto is and Mystical Elf and all these other cards that Konami has been referencing? I mean, some of these cards are from like DM. And if you're, I don't know, maybe like a teenager, you weren't even alive when Dian Keto came out. So I do think that's kind of interesting. Multiple Dian Keto cards. My biggest regret when it comes to rush duels is not that we don't have them in the TCG. My biggest regret, well, I guess outside of the fact that Konami didn't change the layout of TCG cards to rush duel, which I think their layout is just better than ours. I wish that we had that, but I wish they would freaking give us some of these artworks, man. Rush Duel has had some incredibly cool cards. I mean, I don't really care about what the cards actually do, because I don't really foresee myself playing Rush Duels, but like the nostalgia is all, look at this. This one has Gigaplant on it. You guys remember Gigaplant from 5Ds, the old Gigavice deck? Anyways, enough about Dian Keto. Another thing that's really cool, and unfortunately, I'm pretty sure this is only going to be an OCG product, as everything else cool in Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything else outside of the freaking outside of like the physical card game. This is something called the Valuable Book X, and you guys can see it's in Japanese. And this is, I don't know if this is going to replace like the Master Guide, because you guys remember we used to get the Master Guide and it would tell like the a bunch of the lores for the archetypes. Usually it would have like the dual terminal lore and stuff like that. Now, obviously the DT one for, but you know, we still do have a lot of card lores, and Konami revealed some promos that I want me to. I'll talk about them next week. However, something much more interesting is the confirmed lore that's going to be explained in here. So we've got Dogmatica, we have Tri-Brigade. This story is getting kind of interesting. At first, I thought it was stupid and I didn't really kind of get it, but then when I really looked into it, I was like, the Dogmatica story is actually pretty good. I think I'm liking it more than the World Legacy storyline. It's a little Twilight-y, but I definitely like it. Security Force are also confirmed to be in here. I think even though Security Force, like S-Force, is not a really like good competitive archetype, the actual lore could be super interesting because S-Force's lore crosses over with Psyframes, Time Thieves, and IP Masquerena. So their lore crosses over with a bunch of different other cards. So like that in itself can be interesting. Dream Mirror, Evil Twins, Eldorado. I was thinking about making a video on the lore of Eldritch, and it'll be really cool to get it fully, that I was kind of like thinking about doing, but you know, if you guys aren't interested in that, then maybe I won't make it. We've got Virtual World, the Condemned Witch and Dark Lords. This is and then obvious, well, it started with the Forbidden cards, and then God from Solemn Judgment, and then the Dark Lords crossed over, so it's another kind of story that's crossing over like multiple archetypes. And then we also have Natalia and Noella's Past. That's from like Dual Terminal 2. We have, oh, more side stories. These are side stories from the Dual Terminal. And then this one's kind of interesting. Zeus apparently has a lore. The new, that's like the Link 5 from Blazing Vortex. Like that has a lore as well. So some of these are going to be really interesting. I think sometimes you can find these on Amazon. If they're not that expensive, I might actually pick this up because I've never gotten one of the Master Guides. And then the last thing I want to talk about, again, just kind of rounding up a bunch of interesting stuff this week. This just got revealed, I believe, yesterday. Well, I believe Thursday. You guys will see this on Saturday. And this is the Bandai is actually going to start producing officially licensed Millennium puzzles. And this is going to be really cool because apparently they're going to be made to scale. So they're going to be like the same size as like the Millennium puzzle and the anime. And the interesting thing is, it's not going to come with an instruction guide. It's not going to tell you how to actually put it together, just like your Yu-Gi and the anime. Basically, Bandai wants you to figure it out. They tell you how to put the pieces, like the individual pieces together, but they don't tell you how to assemble the puzzle, which is obviously really good. Now, we have the benefit, you know, us real life people, we know what the Millennium puzzle looks like. I guess Yu-Gi didn't even know that. Like, he didn't know what the Millennium puzzle looked like. So, you know, I guess we do have a little bit of an edge. But what do you guys think of this? And also, this is going to be coming out, I believe, just in Japan, but you might be able to import this. This is going to only be around $35. So this is actually kind of cheap, to be honest, especially for an officially licensed product. And this is going to be coming out in August. So, you know, if you only got $35, you got some time, or you got some time to, you know, figure out how you're going to ship this and whatnot. But I think this is all really cool. Of these three things, like, I definitely want to pick this up. And honestly, you know, I don't play Rush Duels, but some of their cards are kind of cool. So I might have to pick myself up a Dian, Keto, the Prison Master. Anyways, whatever you guys thought of any of this stuff, or if you guys are interested in seeing the lore videos, just let me know. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already.